The United Nations Secretary General warns the nuclear arms race has returned amid growing international tension. Antonio Guterres is urging countries with nuclear weapons to stick to their no first use commitment. He made the comments in Tokyo after visiting Hiroshima to commemorate victims of the 1945 atomic bombing. Fears of a third atomic bombing have been on the rise amid Russia's threats of a nuclear attack since its war on Ukraine began in February.
Any attack to a nuclear plant is a suicidal thing, and I hope that those attacks will end. And at the same time, I hope that the IAEA will be able to have access to the plant and to exercise its mandate competencies.
Abby Kugadassan joins us from London. Good morning, Abby. Set this up for us. What happened over the weekend that's caused this alarm from the United Nations?
There have been further artillery attacks at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear site. Ukraine's state nuclear power company says one person has been injured and 3 radiation sensors have been damaged. The Russian officials in the area say operations are ongoing in, quote, normal mode. Again, these are not the first attacks in and around the site in recent days, and Moscow and Kyiv blame each other for the attacks. The shelling has caused great concern given Zaporizhzhia is the largest nuclear power plant in Europe. It's in southeastern Ukraine, but has been under Russian occupation since March, and Ukrainian technicians are still operating the facility. But again, ongoing shelling that could cause a radioactive leak, that is the major concern. And another catastrophe in this country some 36 years ago, Chernobyl, is absolutely top of mind for many, not just in Ukraine, but around the world. That was a major accident at a smaller facility. This too would be a massive disaster, says the UN.
And Abby, as you mentioned, it seems both Ukraine and Russia are blaming each other for the shelling. What have they been saying?
We heard from Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov. He's calling on Western nations to stop Kyiv from bombing its own power plant. Again, that's Russia pointing the finger at Ukraine for the recent shelling. And we heard from Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy in his overnight address, where he called Russia a terrorist state for risking nuclear catastrophe with its repeated attacks on the site. Zelenskyy also wants the international community to consider new sanctions against Moscow and its nuclear sector. And this morning, the head of the Ukrainian state nuclear power company appearing for the Zaporizhzhia site to be made a military-free zone, to have peacekeepers take control of the area while Ukrainian experts continue to operate the facility. The United Nations has been looking to send a team of international experts to the plant in order to secure it. They will need the cooperation of both Kyiv and Moscow. Cooperation, as you know, Chris, that's not easy to achieve.
For sure. Thank you so much for keeping a close eye on this, Abby. CBC's Abby Kugadassan reporting from London.